Good afternoon. I hope you're well. Please excuse the state of me. I spent all afternoon painting just out the shower because I think I got more paint on myself than I did the walls. Not for me. So as promised, this is your tracking document walkthrough video. So upon watching this, Heidi, go and check your emails, check your junk box as well, just in case it's gone in there. And I'll have you added to this so you can view and edit it at any time. You will need to download this little green icon here. It's called Google Sheets. So you can have this on your phone, your tablet, iPad, whatever is handiest for you. So you'll see along the bottom here, you've got various different tabs. So first of all, you've got your nutrition homepage. So this is where you'll find all your daily targets in regards to nutrition and some non-negotiables as well. So what I expect from you daily. Upon check-in each Monday, if I do need to make any changes, I'll be making them here and along with your cardio and expenditure and stuff too. But for the first couple of weeks, we'll probably just keep everything the same and just see how you respond to that. We'll be keeping an eye on pictures and stuff as well. Not every week, but every 4 or 6 weeks we'll have a look at pictures. But if we can get some initial starting pictures, so head to toe, full body, front, rear, and both sides as well. You can send those over to me on WhatsApp. In as minimal clothing as you feel comfortable in, anyway, and against a plain background if possible. So enough of that. Daily targets then. So as discussed, we'll just go for an overall calorie target, which will be between 2,000 and 2,100, just to give you a little bit of leeway there. Protein then, so 100 grams. If you're spreading that out over 4 meals, for example, um, well, you want to aim for a 25-gram serving of protein per meal anyway. But that'll be that done if that's spread out over 4 meals. Snacks and stuff, yes, can be protein based. They don't have to be, but can be useful if you do need to meet your protein target. Water intake, 3 litres. Fiber will not be tracking that, but I do advise having fruit or veg with each meal. And or sleep 7 hours minimum, but with sleep, it's really about setting yourself a sleep bedtime routine as such. So you want to be aiming to get to bed at a similar time each evening and getting up at a similar time each morning as well, just to help regulate your circadian rhythm and stuff as well prior to going to bed. So let's say, for example, you aim to be in bed asleep for 11 o'clock. You want to be spending from between 10 and 11 winding down, staying off the phone, staying off any type of stimulant like that, and just unwind and relax. And that could be taking your makeup off, jammies on, reading a book, watching an episode of something. But I would just strongly advise you stay away from your phone and social media and stuff like that, because it lures you in, and before you know it, you've gone down a rabbit hole. And yeah, but we'll get on to that at another time anyway. I've just put here as well at least one untracked meal per week. So that could be a meal with a family that you're not weighing and tracking on MyFitnessPal. It could be a meal out with family and friends, stuff like that. But it is something that I strongly advise somebody do. Even if and when we go into a dieting phase, at the minute we want to just be aiming to improve performance and whatnot, keeping food at a relatively decent spot. So non-negotiables then in regards to nutrition, so eating meals frequently, so every 3 to 4 hours, not allowing yourself to go too overly hungry, and just to help keep you satiated and energy levels stable throughout the day. Distribute your protein through main meals primarily, so you want to aim for a minimum of a 25-gram serving per meal. Pre-training meal around an hour and a half prior to training, just so it gives enough time to digest, including fruit and veg with each meal. Sitting down to eat meals away from distractions. This is really important for digestion as well. Taking your time when eating your food and chewing thoroughly and just enjoying it, and prioritizing meals over snacking. Cardio and expenditure targets then. So we're going to go for 2 days over the week, and it's going to be low intensity, steady state. Now this can be entirely your call. You can vary it if you like. So my preferences when it comes to low intensity, steady state would be Stairmaster, incline walking on the treadmill, no hands, And then you've got, you could use the cross trainer, bike, rower, whatever takes your fancy, and it'll be 20 minutes in total. Step count then each session, so you're doing 40 minutes really over the week. With your cardio, I would preferably like you to keep it separate from your training days. If you do need to do it on a training day, maybe split them up, AM and PM, vice versa. Or if you really need to get it all done in one go, do it after training so it's not taken away from your session. So cardio should be, although it's low intensity, you want to be sweating, you want to be out of breath, you don't want to be, near death's door where you're like, but it should be hard. Step count then will go for a weekly average in and around 10k. Training here, so we've got 3 full body sessions to be done over the week. Rest ideally between days, but it's not overly essential. This is going to, it could vary week to week depending on what you've got going on. So full body 1, full body 2, and full body 3. And we'll run this for a minimum of at least 6 weeks, I find, with a training block. It takes you a good couple of weeks to find your feet before we really start pushing intensity. So you'll see here, you've got full body 1 exercise order, you've got your exercise name. Just ignore 2, 3, and 4 in the meantime. So this will be 3 total sets between 10 and 15 reps. I haven't put teaching points or a demo video as yet because I just want your feedback on this first and foremost. If there's anything you feel you can't do or you don't really like, it is important to me that you do enjoy your training. So yeah, full body 1, usually we start with legs because they're the most tasking and most demanding. And then finish off with upper body. Full body 2 and full body 3 are much the same as well. So have a look through that and let me know if you have any questions or any concerns. Supplements then, now don't feel you have to go out and buy all these. These are just advisable. First and foremost, we need to get your nutrition nailed, and then supplements are just a beneficial add-on then. But you've got creatine monohydrate. Don't know if you've ever taken it before. Normally the creatine on a non-training day, I just take it first thing in the morning, but on a training day, I normally mix it with my EAAs and drink it during training. But I mean, time of day, it doesn't matter as long as you're taking it daily. Fish oil supplement. So I've given you a little purchase link there on Amazon too. Must pop one in for EAAs, but with the EAAs, I normally just go for whatever's going the cheapest. On Amazon. Vitamin D3 with K2. Again, there's a little link there, and timing and why as well. Nutritional guidelines then, so this will come in handy whenever you are designing your own meals. A few tips there just to the left. These are the food sources that you want to prioritize in your diet. So we always want a protein source. We always want, either a carb or a fat source or both with our meals. So my advice when designing a meal would be to choose your protein source first and foremost, and then create a meal around that. So for example, let's say you're choosing chicken, and you're going to have that with a tortilla wrap, for example, and then you're going to add your salad veg and maybe a little bit of mayo or cheese, whatever. Float your boat, a little bit of avocados, get some good healthy fats in there as well. So have a little look through those. And fiber intake then, just a little bit about why it's important and why I do want you to include all your micronutrients through fruit and veg, and aiming to get that in with most, if not every meal. So on to your check-in then. So this is where you will give me all your biofeedback. This is what I look at on a Monday when I'm doing client check-ins, and this is how I base any changes made off of your feedback. So just for example, we'll type in there, so the 8th of, you don't need to put the year, we know what year it is. Your weight, let's say it's 157 that morning, with weigh-ins 2 to 3 times over the week, and then you'll see that I will take an average. So just for example, weight does fluctuate throughout the week, throughout the day, especially as a female. So this is, I just go by your average. Now we want you just sort of sitting in and around maintenance at the minute. So that's something that we will be monitoring going forward. Physical energy levels, it's just a drop down list, how you're feeling in general that day, your mood, stress levels, if they've been high, low, not too bad, any illness or injury. I'm just going to make it small enough, we'll scroll down here. So any illness or injury, just elaborate on that. So let's say you've had a headache all day. Motivation then, so when it comes to training, is your motivation high, average or low? What session you've done, is it full body 1, full body 2, full body 3? We will be monitoring progress in this after a couple of weeks as well. So cardio performed, let's say you just done your training that day, but next day it was maybe 20 mins stairs, 20 minutes cross trainer, whatever. Step count, so just round that up to the nearest 100 for me. And again, I'll get an average of that over the week. So nutrition then. So accuracy, we'll ignore that actually. Delete. So calories then, so let's just say you've had 2089. You'll get that all off of MyFitnessPal. Protein intake for the day, let's just say it was 120. Your appetite levels for that day. Frequency of bowel movements, so this will tell me a lot about your digestion. So many times you've been to the toilet that day, the quality of that bowel movement, and any GI distress, so any bloating, discomfort, pain, anything like that, gas, wind, whatever, just let me know in that little box. And then just some general info. So stimulant use, I do like to keep an eye just on everybody's caffeine intake, because so caffeine does have a half-life of at least 6 hours. So I suggest clients do have a cut-off point early in the afternoon. I've just put 2 o'clock there, so anything after that, maybe try and have a decaf, but try and stay away from caffeine-based stimulants, so energy drinks, coffee, things like that. So if it's got a half-life of a minimum of 6 hours and you're taking that at 2 o'clock, it's still going to be in your system come 8 o'clock in the evening. We want you to get a good night's sleep, because when you get a good night's sleep, that's when you get your rest, and that's when you grow muscle tissue, repairs. So sleep is so important, not just duration, but quality of sleep too. So that's why we don't want caffeine interfering with that. So if you've had 2 coffees, just say two in the AM. Menstrual, and just be honest with it as well, and be honest entirely whenever you are doing your check-in. Menstrual cycle, so just where you're at, if I don't know if you track your menstrual cycle on the Flow app, I don't know if we're perimenopausal, menopausal, whatever, just let me know the ins and outs. But just where you're at in regards to that, is it period day 1, day 6, are we ovulating, whatever. And then on a Monday, when you do come to check in with me, I do ask all clients have their check-ins in before 5 p.m. on a Monday, and then I'll go through everything on a Monday evening, send feedback via a video, much like what you're watching now, and go through any changes that we're going to make. So summary of the week, give me as much info in regards to your week as possible. You know, and as I said, be totally honest. Anything that you do tell me is private and confidential, and will stay between you and I. But the more I know about your week in general, the better. And the better I can and make any changes, decisions, and whatnot going forward. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So when you do come to start, I know you're not going to start for a couple of weeks yet, but do get into the habit of filling this out at the end of every day. Rather than leaving it to Monday when you're coming to do your check-in, which some clients do, and I don't understand how they remember everything and how they were feeling based on that day. So do try and get into the habit of filling that out every single day, and it will help keep you accountable as well. So that is pretty much everything. If you do have any questions whatsoever between now and your official start date, just fire away, because if you're unsure, you don't ask, you won't know. So please do fire away any questions in regards to your training. If there's anything there you're unsure of, you want changed, you want swapped out, please do let me know. Obviously when it comes to you getting stuck in, and for example, GHQ don't have a hip thrust machine, which I know they do anyway, but just let me know. We can easily swap that out that exercise out for something else that's going to target the same muscle group as well.